Welcome back, guys, to another episode of my Swansea career on FIFA 14. We are in the month of October. The past 2 months for Swansea haven't been the best. It's been a bit of a roller coaster in the Premier League, and they found it hard to pick up where they left off from last season. In the month of October, Swansea would play the likes of QPR, and Fulham and Southampton, and also continue their Champions League campaign, which has been rather successful. Let's find out what's happened in October. The first game of October saw Swansea taking on newly promoted QPR in the Premier League at the Liberty Stadium in South Wales. Joel Matip, Michel Vorm, Pablo Hernandez, Shelvey and Wilfried Bony were all in the starting lineup for Swansea. This game would be another opportunity for Danny Rose to show what he is made of, to pay off his transfer fee after signing for Swansea in the summer. Just over 10 minutes gone of the game, it was Shelvey that found Bony lingering outside the area. He struck the ball nice and sweetly, it was well on target, but Caesar stopped him in his tracks from getting a first goal in this game against QPR. Swansea, they kept piling on the attack, kept piling on the pressure. Hernandez did well to find his target in Bony, crossing the ball in low and hard into the area. Bony took the shot, Caesar with a decent save, Shelvey on the rebound with a half volley. Unfortunate for him, as it would have been some goal to have seen over and over again. The first goal of the game came in the second half, the 58th minute. It was Bony that could see Danny Rose in bags of space with the overlap, and it was his strike that put Swansea into the lead. Caesar came out to meet Rose, but it just wasn't good enough. If Rose had have took another touch on that ball, then maybe Caesar would have had a chance of knocking that one away and keeping the game at 0-0. Now, just a couple of minutes removed from that first goal, it was talisman Wilfried Bony that got the second for Swansea, making it 2-0. If QPR wanted to at least get something from this game, maybe even a draw, they had a mountain to climb. Harry Redknapp had his work cut out in this game. And as you can see here on the replay, Caesar once again did well to come out and meet Bony, but failed to at least get a touch of it, trying to deflect it away. A complete lack of concentration from the back four for QPR cost them that second goal. Again, just a couple of minutes removed from that goal, there was another goal scored, but it wasn't for Swansea, it was up the other end and it was for QPR. It was Charlie Austin that was on target. He made it 2-1, getting a consolation, but it just wasn't enough. Good fighting spirit from QPR, but Swansea managed to hold on to that lead and come away from the Liberty Stadium, making the fans happy with 3 points to add to the league table. Moving over to the Champions League now, Swansea City, they've played 2 games in the group, they've won 1, they've drawn 1, and they find themselves level on points with Juventus, with Schalke and Copenhagen trailing behind. But that could all change if Swansea couldn't get a result from their next game in the Champions League, which would be against Copenhagen. Now, due to the game being played midweek, there were a few players out due to lack of fitness. There were some players on the pitch as well for Swansea that were looking a bit tired. But Vorm, Richards, Matip, Bony, Lacazette, Huddleston, Kanyas, they all featured in this game for Swansea, and it also saw the return of Ali Sissoko to the Swansea starting 11. It was a great reception at the Liberty Stadium for Swansea City. Hot off the heels with a win in the Premier League against QPR, Swansea were looking to pick up a win again here in the Champions League. With over 15 minutes gone, Swansea received a free kick. Huddleston struck the ball straight at the goalkeeper, but the bad news was that Bony had picked up an injury. He had to go onto the sideline to receive some treatment from the physio. Some Swansea players in the crowd looking a bit worried, as they know that Bony is the talisman for Swansea. He has contributed so much, and it would be a huge loss to have him out for a couple of months. But it was Andros Townsend that got the opening goal in this game against Copenhagen. A shot from Lacazette, goalkeeper saved, and Townsend was there just to pick up that loose ball. The ball clipped the inside of the crossbar and went into the back of the net, but Swansea City had a challenge on their hands. It seemed as though Copenhagen had shut up shop. They wanted to hit Swansea on the counter with every given chance. So Swansea had to be very careful, very cautious whenever the ball was in the possession of Copenhagen. They wanted to extend it to 2 just so they could win the game nice and comfortably, but in the end Swansea managed to come away with a win from the Liberty Stadium. Fans leaving happy, a bit disappointed that there weren't many goals in this one, but at least it's another set of 3 points to add to the group stage and putting pressure on the group leaders, Juventus. A few injuries had struck Swansea after that game midweek in the Champions League. Danny Rose would be out for 4 days with just a bruised leg, but the biggest loss for Swansea would be Wilfried Bony with a sprained ankle, and he would be out of action for 4 weeks. This would now be a huge test for Swansea within those 4 weeks. Can they keep picking up good results, or will they start to fall? Is it just Bony that carries Swansea City, or is there enough squad depth there to take the opportunity and continue rising up that Premier League table? Now, Swansea's next game of October saw them travel to St Mary's to play Southampton. There are many regulars for Swansea City in the starting lineup, with Huddleston there as the anchor man, Cañas, Lacazette, Pablo Hernandez and Debuchy, who have been out on the sideline for Swansea City after not being chosen to play in some of the most crucial games of the season. It was Southampton that got the game going with a goal in the 10th minute. Wanyama was just there, slugged the ball into an open goal. As you'll see on the replay, a thunderous shot, the ball deflected off Cañas, rattled against the post, and Wanyama in the right place at the right time to put Southampton 1-0 up. Nathan Dyer intercepted that ball. Unfortunately for him, it just rolled out for another corner. Southampton, right in the 45th minute, a great corner. It was Osvaldo on the end of it. Thankfully for Swansea, Borman was there to collect the ball and hold it into his chest nice and tightly, keeping the game at 1-0. Come the second half, Swansea City were dominating with possession. They were pinning Southampton back so much. They had some crucial defending going on there if they wanted to hold on to this lead. As the second half progressed, it was Southampton that looked more likely to get their second goal. Swansea were caught napping so many times with their back four. They were finding it very hard to contain Southampton. They wanted to extend their lead and they were doing everything in their power. Shelvey closed down by 2 Southampton players. Eventually, he won a corner for his team. It was Townsend to step up to take it, and he swung that one in, ball curling, and it fell to the feet of Dyer, who found Shelvey, and before he was closed down by Yoshida and Puncheon, Shelvey made it count, getting that equaliser for Swansea City at such a late stage in the game. And as you'll see on the replay here, that the ball took no deflection from any of the Southampton players as the ball found that bottom left hand corner. There just wasn't enough time though for either Southampton or Swansea to get into the lead and walk away with all 3 points. The game was a stalemate at the St Mary's Stadium. The headlines on the back of the newspapers for the end of October saw Patrick Herrmann speaking out for the first time since making his move to Swansea City. He declared that his time so far at Swansea hasn't been bad, but it certainly hasn't been great. It's been a funny old season so far, and I don't think he needs any improvement. His skills are sharp and he keeps a very positive attitude, began the Swansea manager. But I would like to see him be more ambitious out there. I know he's capable of a bit more, and I plan to get that out of him. The other headline was Swansea City showed just how good Borman really is. Despite all the media that has surrounded his arrival, Payton's choice has prevailed, shown exactly what everyone else missed out in the transfer window. But there was no time to worry about rumours and speculation and headlines that the media have come up with. It was time to focus on more pressing issues. Swansea City needed a win against Fulham back at home in the Premier League. And as soon as Brian Ruiz for Fulham got the opening goal, it was looking very unlikely that that could happen. But this is football. Anything can happen. Fulham found themselves 1-0 up 39th minute into the game with a decent cross, very sharp looking, and found the head easily of Brian Ruiz. Borman, after being hyped up in the media, saying that how fantastic he is, was unable to at least get a fingertip to that. 5 minutes before half time, Patrick Herrmann with an ambitious run, great dribbling skills from him, chipped the ball over the top for Alexander Lacazette, who started this game in place of Bony, who is going to be out for 4 weeks. He struck the ball with his left foot on the half volley. What a fantastic goal it would have been but it was Fulham's goalkeeper that stopped him in his tracks. But as the ball was parried, Andros Townsend was there yet again to make it count for Swansea, getting that equaliser. The second half was an absolute write-off for Swansea and Fulham, as it was once again another stalemate for Swansea City in the Premier League. It was Liverpool that found themselves top of the Premier League come the end of October by just 2 points. Chelsea following close behind with a game in hand, followed them by Tottenham in third and then Manchester United. But Swansea find themselves all the way down in 8th, almost mid-table. But it's still early days for Swansea City. There's still enough time remaining of the season to get back in to that top 4, maybe top 3, maybe even top 2. I did set out this season to at least challenge for that Premier League title. So far, it's not looking good, but who knows what will happen when it comes to football. Shockingly, at the bottom 3, we found Newcastle United, 19th at the end of October with a game in hand. Everton also in 16th. Not looking good for some of the teams that you'd normally find mid-table. Anyway guys, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave you all with the squad report for the end of October. I'm going to start doing that now for every video this season, for every month, with an update on the league table. I'll probably even fit in the goal scorers as well for maybe the next video. But I hope you've all enjoyed this episode. If you haven't done already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you didn't know already, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter. The links can be found in the description below. So that's about it for October for Swansea City, and once again thank you all for watching and tuning in and smashing that like button. Much appreciated guys. I will see you all back here very soon for the month of November. Thanks for watching.